I know the economy is bad and things are in a rut, but there's a reason why people live paycheck to paycheck. And I'm gonna be honest, man, people just not real about it. Like, you live above your means. You do stuff you can't afford. You charge stuff to your credit card that you should not be charging. So yes, things could be better. Yes, we all could make more money. Yes, the economy could be better, but you gotta stop living above your means though.
Living above your means is a silent killer to your bank account. We're going to hear from different perspectives right now of what people think living above your means is and how you can fix it. Let's get right into it, guys.
How you make $40,000 a year, but you drive a Hellcat? How you out every weekend buying drinks, but your credit card's maxed out? How can you afford to go on vacation when you ain't paid your car note in 2 months? Baby, your car about to go on a permanent vacation to the repo lot. We can't be having a lobster appetite on a ramen noodle budget. It ain't gonna work. I got the newest and freshest outfit down to the socks, and I ain't got no money in my checking account. What sense does that make?
Another crucial factor is who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you dating? Who are your friends? Okay, are they influencing you in a good way or a bad way financially? That's something to think about.
And I know because I've done it before, trying to live above your means and impress people, and it just ain't it. I'd rather have people care about the content of my character first. It just ain't worth it to be fronting all the time and pretending. The truth gonna come to the light eventually. Do not spend all your money trying to impress people. They don't care that much anyways. The only person you should be trying to impress is yourself every day. So just remember, this weekend, drinks are not on you.
A lot of people don't understand the importance of living within your means. Like, we don't say stop living above your means to like be funny and shit like that. Like, if you constantly have a high overhead, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just know you can't afford it, but you continuously fucking do it. Just think about life on a hamster wheel, right? The more you continue to live above your means, the faster you're going to have to run on a hamster wheel. But one thing about a hamster wheel, you're not fucking going anywhere. You're not making any progress. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like, if you live below your means, me personally, when I say live below your means, I mean like your income far exceeds your expenses. You know what I'm saying? What you putting out, you bringing in far more than you putting out, right? When you live like that, like you actually have money to do things you want to do, you ain't like the constant pressure of like survival mode all the time. Life is so much better, you know what I'm saying? Because you think you need these things, but really they just wants, because you really have everything that you need.
Exactly. I've seen a lot of videos of other people buying cars, right? Going into debt, all right? Paying for them each and every single month, all right? And that's something that you don't need. You could get a beater, use that car from point A to point B. As long as it gets you there, that's all that matters. But trying to look cool, like you said, having the newest car, having the newest clothes, it doesn't matter in the end, because those people that are surrounding you, they're not going to be there for you, right? When the times are tough. Most of the time, they're not. Friends come and go. Relationships come and go as well, too. For all of these guys out there who are dating these women, trying to impress them, spending all this money on them, that kind of thing, in the end, they're just going to leave you anyway. So might as well use that money to invest, to take care of yourself. Have an emergency fund, right? Things like that will take you far in life. And they won't keep you in a place of, like you said, in constant fear, constant stress. Nobody wants to be in that for the long term.
Like a car to get to and from, clothes on your back, food in your belly, or roof over your head. These are essential. Driving a Benz is not an essential. Wearing designer clothes is not an essential. Exactly. Staying in a house you know you can afford is not an essential. So if more people live below their means to what they can afford, they probably will be a lot happier with life. But maybe that's just me. But me personally, I'm not going to work, you know what I'm saying, just to give my money out and paying bills. Nah, that can't be life. That's not how we're supposed to live, bro.
The kind of life where they live for abroad is a life of beyond my means. If you live above your means for abroad, you will be tired. If you live above your means, you will regret it. And that's the reason why you see some people, it's so hard, it's so this. Now they talk, say life, no day UK. People get life for UK.
He's right, people don't analyze what their spending habits are like, where that money's going. And they're like, oh, I'm not making enough. And I've seen videos like that saying they make $100K, but they're living paycheck to paycheck. How can that be? Like, what are you spending your money on, right? This is, again, if you have children, you have a family to take care of, that's one thing. I've seen people who are solo, just single people, bachelors, talking about how they can't afford to live off of $100K a year. That's ridiculous, guys. That is crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
People, they enjoy their life for UK. People, they go club weekends. People they go party weekends. People they celebrate weekend. People they travel in and out every now and then for inside UK. Now you know create that environment to make the UK habitable for you.
4 signs that show me you are living well below your means. Sign number 1 is that your income goes up, but your lifestyle doesn't. So in the book, The Millionaire Next Door, one of the main traits of self-made millionaires is that they aim to keep their lifestyle expenses low, even as their income goes up. This is super tough these days in the age of social media, but if you're able to increase your income and keep the amount of money you spend on your life the exact same, you're in a good position.
And it goes back to who you surround yourself with. And with social media, if you're, in that group of people that are just trying to showing off their newest car, showing off designer clothes, Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, whatever it may be, then you are going to fall in that trap. So if you do make 100K, 120, 150K, and you're spending a lot of your money on going out to eat at expensive restaurants, spending money on expensive, gifts for people and this and that, that's where your money's going. When you could take that money, invest it, and you could retire earlier than you would if you didn't spend as much, right? So
Sign number 2 that shows me you're living below your means is when your friends think you make less money than you actually do. So if your friends are surprised when they find out how much money you make because your lifestyle doesn't reflect that, I think that's a good sign. Sign number 3 is similar. It's when you can afford nicer things, but you choose not to do it. So you have the money in your accounts to basically buy that nice car or the designer bag, but you consciously choose to be modest because that's financially optimal. And sign number 4 is that you're investing the difference. So living below your means gives you the privilege to invest the gap between your income and expenses. And this is where you can really start building real wealth.
Every dollar counts, okay? That coffee at Starbucks, that meal that you're going out to Cheesecake Factory to eat, all that stuff matters. Yes, of course, treat yourself once in a blue moon, but making that a daily and weekly habit, that's where things get out of hand, right? So he's right. Taking that money, investing it, why not take those dollars and make them like soldiers, right? That go out there and work for you. That's just a better, idea mentality to have.
There are so many more signs than just these. So if you'd like a part 2, let me know in the comments.
It seems like the people who be living above their means are always asking people who live under their means to borrow money. Like, ain't nobody tell you to go get that expensive car.
Or they're putting it on credit, which is also bad if you're not able to pay it off.
Ain't nobody tell you to go get that $700 to $1,000 a month car payment and insurance payment. Ain't nobody tell you to go do that. Ain't nobody tell you to go to the club this weekend. Ain't nobody tell you to go shopping this weekend. See, people want to use their money for fun stuff, and then when it comes down to important stuff, they want to use your money. Like, people will really budget you into their income if they know that if they know that they can ask you for $40 or $50 whenever they in a duress or going through something.
Okay, so I don't know about y'all, but I've noticed that there's a huge influx of broke-ass influencers on TikTok that are begging for money, and some of them even being involved in scams. Yesterday, I saw this TikToker who had almost 1 million subscribers or followers, and she was involved in a GoFundMe scam, and the GoFundMe got shut down. And it's just like, the problem with so many of these TikTokers is that, or any influencer, is that they're living above their means. And something that my grandma taught me as a kid that I'll never forget is she said, if you cannot buy something with cash in hand right now, then you cannot afford it.
And something that comes to my mind is these Forex influencers that will show off, Lamborghinis and like the most craziest cars, the craziest places, and then you later find out that it's rented out, it's not really theirs. So yeah, that's just an example of something that just kind of pops into my head.
Or if the money isn't in your checking account right now, the full amount, you can't afford it. And it's like, I've seen so many scandals over the years of influencers, from YouTube or any, community that have gone broke because they start to live above their means. And you should never live above your means in life if you don't want to set yourself up for failure. Like, let's say an influencer makes $40,000 in, their first big payout month, right? And it starts to become consistent. Okay, great. But then they decide they want to go rent or lease an LA mansion for $15,000 a month, right? And just because they were making $40,000 a month consistently for a while, it doesn't mean that money is going to stay. Because life works in ebb and flows. Life works in patterns. It has ups and downs, ups and downs, and ups and downs. So learn firsthand from these influencers.
And social media is, like he said, it's never consistent. You're going to have good months. You're going to have bad months. I've had other channels before in the past where I've made money. But yeah, it's very inconsistent. AdSense is not always going to kind of go like this. It may go out like this, go like this as well too, right? So sponsorships come in place and that kind of thing. But yes, living below your means allows you to still save that money, invest it, make it work for you, make it compound, so that you're not going to struggle when times are tough.
Definitely do not live above your means. Have a goal in life, a goal you want to meet of the life you want to live, and then take actionable and reasonable steps to get there. It's like I said with the house example, a lot of these influencers, right, the money comes in, but they're taking too large of a leap.
So I finally met my savings goal of 2 years worth of living expenses, or like what I like to call my unemployment or layoff fund. And for reference, I'm 20.
Congrats, by the way, that's amazing.
26, and I make about $120,000 across all of my streams of income. So I thought it'd be useful to kind of share some tips on how I was able to do this. So for one, you need to lower your cost of living. A lot of people are living way above their means. So just because you have a promotion doesn't necessarily mean that you should increase your cost of living. And just because you can afford a $3,000 rent doesn't mean that you should. 2 would be distributing your checks. So every time I get paid, a specific percentage of each check goes into 4 different accounts. So the 4 accounts that I have are a bills checking account, I have my high yield savings account on there, I have my layoff fund, and then I have a checking account, which is just specifically for whatever I personally want to use it on. So that's for like me going out. If I want to buy a new bag, that comes out from there. So this works for me because it's an out of sight, out of mind kind of approach. So if I don't see it, then I don't know it exists and I can't spend it. 3rd is to curtail your outing.
That's a great perspective to have. Exactly. If you see all that money in your account all in one place, you're more likely to spend feeling that it's never ending. So yeah, that's actually good for your brain to have everything separate so that you're not able to see it.
Nightlife is very expensive right now. A drink can cost you anywhere between $22 to $30 in this day and age. You need to roll back what you're.
And restaurants as well are crazy these days, which is why a lot of them are empty. I'm gonna make a few videos on that in the future as well too. So
you're doing, stay home. My last and final tip is stop falling victim to consumerism. Like the fact that social media was able to convince full-blown adults to purchase Labubus, I feel like is beyond me. But I won't yuck anybody's yum. Just a reminder that trends fade, and before you make a purchase, you need to be asking yourself, am I going to be using this in the next 6 months?
That's a great way to end it off right there. Yeah. But anyways, guys, that's it for this video. Subscribe, like, and comment. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.